Welcome back to my podcast. If you are new here, this is Not Weave Stitch and my name is Gisela. If you are returning, thank you so much for returning here. So today I know I'm a little bit late, but it's been a mad end of the year and a mad start to the year, so I do apologise. But I basically wanted to go through the trends for 2026, so craft trends, specifically looking at how we can kind of relate that to the fibre arts. So I thought it'd be great at the start of the year to go through this. So I've got some notes here to go through. So I've been looking at different sources online and just basically combining the upcoming trends for this year. Some of them are similar to last year's one and they're just growing on that, and some of them are new. But looking here, 2026 basically craft trends are shifting towards more intentional, sustainable and nostalgic projects. A lot of it is focused on mixed media, more like heritage crafts as well, and functional arts. And the biggest takeaway that I've seen with my research on the trends that for 2026, art and craft is not so much of a hobby anymore. It's like a proper lifestyle. So using craft to help with our mental health, or more of a social activity, or more of gift giving rather than buying things. You can now be creating them a lot more, or thinking more about how we can upcycle and recycle things. So it's becoming much more of an ingrained lifestyle than just a kind of like little hobby on the side, which I think is fantastic, especially in the fibre arts. It lends itself to that so much. So very, very excited that that is a focus. So I think this was from the Martha Stewart website here. So they did a 2025 creativity trend report, and it revealed what they were calling a creativity comeback. So kind of looking into this year, there was a cultural shift where people, not just artists themselves, but just generally anyone who doesn't even call themselves an artist or don't think that they are arty whatsoever. So anyone, they are turning to crafting. So it's becoming a lifestyle, something woven into how people relax, how they connect, how they celebrate, and how they express who they are. So like I was just saying, I think it is such a nice shift with the world being as it is. I don't want to get too negative. It is very difficult at the moment. I think arts and crafts is such a good thing to turn to. It's my form of escapism. So if that is for you, or if you want it to be more part of community, you know, that's great. And hopefully this podcast, my YouTube channel, is going to be a great place for you to escape and find kind of like-minded people as well. So I'm looking forward to this trend here, and hopefully it's set to stay, because I think that would be really, really good. So the first main thing that I gathered from these trends were a lot of the kind of heritage needlepoint crafts that are coming back into it. So we are seeing a rise in things like embroidery, cross stitch, I think Bridgerton, those sort of ones. So kind of grandma core, I think that's what it's called. So those sort of things, the more kind of rustic crafts, they are coming back, and I think that's kind of lending itself into that kind of slowing down, that mindfulness thing. So not only is it a great way to just, you know, get that sense of peace, but it's also a good way to mend. Like mending projects can be really good for that in terms of embroidery. So if you want to, I don't know, upcycle your jeans or whatever it may be, you can use embroidery to help you fix those things. So I think those needlepoint crafts are fantastic for me myself. Kind of, I mean, not exactly the same, but similar-ish. You've got the needle felting. So I've always thought that it's such a shame because it kind of went out of fashion, but hopefully now that's coming back into fashion again. So I think needle felting is such a beautiful thing, and hopefully we'll be seeing more of that as well. So needlepoint crafts are coming back in. Crafting itself as self-care. So this isn't just a trend, it's a whole movement. And this is what I really, really, really want to push here on my podcast, on my YouTube channel. So it's not just to make things for the end result. It's not just to make things, you know, to get that outcome. It's enjoying the process, being in that process, really getting the health benefits out of it. So whether it's physical, whether it's mental, it hopefully will really help a lot of people. So you might think, you know, you're not good at any arts. There is an art form of everyone, or at least that's what I believe. It's just finding what works for you. So it took a while for me to really find the art and craft that worked for me. So, you know, I would just say experiment, try different art forms, see what you like, see what you don't like. I'm sure you will find something that you really, really enjoy. And it's about, you know, taking that time. I find we always are on this hamster wheel where we're having to rush. We're always on to the next thing, on to the next project, whatever it may be. But we should really be just enjoying the moment and the process. And it does not have to be perfect. You know, make those mistakes, learn from those mistakes. That's the way that we grow and we get our confidence. So I absolutely love that crafting as self-care has come onto it. So hopefully that is here to stay. I'd like to see more of that in the future. And if there is anything about kind of crafting as self-care that you want to see on this channel, please let me know, pop it in the comments there, because I would love to do more content on that. So crafting as self-care is one of them. The next one here, crafting for community and connection. So I have noticed that obviously in the last few years, with society the way it is, money being tight, a lot of art clubs, little communities have disappeared, which is such a shame. So hopefully with this year that it'll make more of a comeback. So, you know, the knit and natter groups, or even online, you know, making a group. What I'm wanting to do here with my channel, just having a community of like-minded people, just really able to talk to each other, get that connection, you know, share our projects, share our life experience, whatever it may be. So I think that's such a big part of it. So saying here, creativity is becoming deeply social again, organised craft nights, crafting clubs, you know, for events. So I don't know, with Valentine's Day coming up, you could maybe do like a Galentine's and have like a crafting evening, or like for Christmas, a Christmas crafting session with your friends or your family, and make it really like communal again. Or, you know, have a look in your local area. Is there any craft clubs going on? And if there's not, and if you're into crafting, or if you are a craft teacher or want to try doing your own craft workshops, do that. That might be a really great way to start, you know, getting a network of people together to create that community. So again, this is a massive thing for what I want to do here on my podcast and on my YouTube channel. So I think that is amazing. I really love these trends this year. The next one is sustainable and upcycled crafting. So amazing. This, again, these are just tick, tick, tick of all the things that I want to be seeing in trends. So particularly for us fibre artists, this is perfect. I find a lot of us are already quite kind of eco-conscious about art crafting anyway, but this is now the time to think even more so. So this is basically a shift towards eco-conscious crafting. It isn't slowing down anytime soon. People want to create without the guilt of waste. So I am massively into that. With me, I try to use up as much as possible. So let's say in macramé, if I have leftover cords, I will cut them and then I will save them in a little jar, and then I can use them for another project. So they are not going to waste. if I am looking at buying yarns, where can I buy more kind of eco-friendly, sustainable yarns? So I don't know, looking at maybe small local businesses or recycled yarns, whatever it may be, something much more friendly with the environment. Those are the things that I'll be looking at with my crafting. If there's maybe a way that you can upcycle, recycle, like I said with the embroidery, if you can maybe mend your old clothes instead of fast fashion, you know, fix it but make it really lovely patterns out of it. If you have some scrap cloth lying around, you could maybe use that in your craft. Whatever it may be, there's always a way to make it a little bit more eco-friendly, maybe a little bit more sustainable as well. And because I love the environment so much, I love animals so much, I really try to think a lot about that when I'm doing my own crafts. So great, again, love that trend, really lends itself to the fibre arts as well, so amazing. And then lastly here, again, there were quite a few trends, but a lot of them weren't kind of related to the fibre arts. So another one that I picked up on was nature-inspired designs. So we're looking at this year a lot of botanical elements, things like soft ferns, or if you're doing like pressed flowers, and this will be running alongside folk aesthetics as well, so featuring earthy, rich colours and storytelling symbols. So again, for the art I do, I love that kind of nature side of it. So like I was saying, the patterns on animals or the colours of leaves and flowers and things like that. So I think that's going to really lend itself this year. So nature inspired designs there. So you could be looking, if you're stuck for any inspiration, have a little look out in nature, go for a walk, do a little bit of research online, look at some photos, whatever it may be, have a little look there, and that might help to inspire you for your own artwork as well. So hopefully that was useful in terms of 2026 trends. So if you've seen any big trends popping up for this year, do let me know in the comments. I'll try to do this again at the start of next year because I think it's really interesting just to see what's kind of coming up there as well. If you have enjoyed this episode, please give me a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And let me know in the comments the things that I have been asking, you know, what do you want to see more from my channel? You know, how can we build that community? How can we be a little bit more eco-friendly with our work? How can we, you know, do something good for our mental health as well? So do let me know in the comments. But for now, I will leave you to it and I will see you in the next one.